Welcome to the press conference. We have Aronian and Caruana here with us. I don't know what about you, but we are still shaking. I mean, from watching actually this game because it was really exciting and crazy one. I don't know what can you say now after this time trouble. So I guess everything started more or less at this moment.
Yeah, Levon played a very interesting move. I had checked various moves in this position, like knight d2 or knight g3, but g4 was a complete surprise. And at first I couldn't believe that white would have enough compensation, but it wasn't easy to find a way to consolidate after.
Is it more or less typical idea for these
Yeah.
structures? Yes. So it was
Yeah,
concrete.
I was trying to find a very subtle way to develop, but I couldn't. Like queen d5 was my first, I thought the most natural move. G5.
Yeah, queen d5 doesn't really work.
Yes,
I can always go back with queen d8, but g5, bishop d7. There's always
GH is very
gh, and then rook c5 is always a really annoying resource.
So queen a5.
Yeah, maybe I should play g6 here instead of queen d8, but it felt a bit strange. I thought g6 h4 is also, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think you have luxury. Of playing g6. I don't know.
Yeah, I wanted to get the position after gh, queen d8, but
h4.
yeah,
then-
h4 and if h5, knight g3 is very strong.
Yeah, looks unpleasant.
And not only is f5 and knight h5 are both threats, so.
No,
Yeah.
I thought queen d8 was a good move, and here I was mainly considering rook f3 for myself. With the idea to put the rook on g3. Maybe this was a better try.
Probably play bishop d7, if I can,
Yeah. Rook g3.
and bishop c6.
Yeah, I thought about this. GH and then knight g5. It's probably unpleasant for black.
6 or
Yeah, knight g5. No, you can't afford to play like this, I thought.
But can I play even like queen d5, maybe?
So you think I won't have a strong attack? Like king f2, h4, h5?
It remains very double-edged.
Yeah,
So your king is also open.
but the knight on g5 I wanted to get throughout the game. So here I would have been happy.
so it was bishop d7. More or less forced.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played.
Yeah, knight g5 is also
Knight g5
very-
was a better move.
And I thought probably king h8 is a useful move.
No, in fact, I was mainly considering GHF5, which I thought was after move down to 21. G6, I didn't believe in somehow, but H5 was probably a mistake. Here, it was an interesting position when black plays F5. I should probably meet it with knight G5. Bishop G5 takes on G7. King G7, I thought, takes queen B8. But then it might be unpleasant for black because my pieces are too active.
And dark squares was.
Yeah.
Also queen f2 maybe is very annoying. Yeah?
Yeah, I thought about queen D6. Rook C4, bishop C6. I didn't want to put my rook on D4 somehow.
Yeah,
But-
once you take the pawn, it becomes unclear. Yeah?
Yeah, so. And here I thought, okay, black has different ways to give the exchange, but probably, white should be better. I don't know. I'm better developed, so I'll probably be in time. Like with rook f3 or something.
Yep.
So g6 was interesting. I should have met with knight g5, I think.
But h5 was also interesting try. All started to happen.
Yeah, king
Quickly.
h2 was a terrible move, of course. I should have played something else,
I thought you might take and play queen g4.
I thought about this, but somehow I didn't want to allow you to simplify. I thought then you won't be having any problems, probably.
Yeah, no, I already felt like I
Yeah, yeah.
wouldn't have any problems. But also knight c5, yeah, is probably take at knight c5 is probably also leading to a draw somehow.
Yeah, of course.
But king h2 felt a little bit vulnerable, yeah? With the king
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
And I thought also
Yeah.
here, taking queen g4 is probably... I saw some nice lines like hg6, fg6, queen g4. And then I was thinking maybe I'll play queen d5. And then you have rook c5 and it leads... rook c6, yeah? bc?
Yeah, because this doesn't really work for white
Yeah, this is always... and rook
due
f8.
to queen g2 check. Otherwise, white will be winning, but queen g2 and there's a pin.
Rook c7.
So,
But you can still play rook c5 with the draw.
yeah, I saw this.
Bishop c5, queen g6, queen d7, and
Yeah,
knight
yeah.
c5 and queen g7 in the end.
Yeah, somehow I wanted to keep the game going, and the 7 queen f2, which was 7 king h3. Well, this is more or less obvious. I actually missed queen e7. This was a very good move. And here somehow,
There
I
was
thought,
also
I thought rook
24.
g1 is a correct move here.
Just a question here. 24 it was.
yeah,
Instead of queen d5, did you consider queen d5?
Yeah, but I thought that after rook g3, it's not easy to find the next move. Because the ending after queen h5, g8, rook g7 is very... White has very good compensation, I thought.
yeah.
I like this maneuver to put the bishop on c7 because then white is very often tied to defending all the squares.
Yeah, after queen here,
I thought rook g1 is a correct move.
yeah, rook g1 I considered. Somehow, what I didn't like here. Something I didn't like. Yeah, maybe rook g8.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you play like rook g3. I mean, it's still a complete mess somehow, yeah. But probably, I mean, I didn't feel like I was in real danger.
Yeah,
But here you could just keep pressure, let's say. But
yeah. Somehow I thought that there has to be a move here. I spent all my time and didn't find it. I had the feeling that I should prepare knight f7 with some move. And here probably you went wrong. You could have taken on f4. I thought was the move.
I don't know why I didn't like it. So you
rook
take, I guess?
f4.
Yep.
And if...
Yeah, because from distance I thought that I have some moves here, like queen g3, but then queen e6 and rook g4.
Well, after rook f4, I saw some sort of problem. So if you take and queen d4,
Queen e5.
and if queen d7, I just pick up the h1, yeah?
Yeah.
But maybe just 7 or something.
g7, king g8.
No, g7,
No,
king g8. I
g8.
thought black is winning here.
Now maybe queen d7?
Yeah, but check queen d5.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can... No, actually, it's probably
So
just
yeah,
bad,
I think the position was interesting, and then I just butchered the position in the usual style.
Yeah, but you heard already that there was a draw still somewhere
yeah.
here.
No, okay, but black was winning with rook f4, so I think.
Computer is not so pessimistic. I don't
No?
remember why, but but I think it was not so much pessimistic here.
Okay, since I didn't see... maybe I can take and play queen c2.
This G7 idea.
And if queen e6,
Queen
bishop,
e6, bishop f...
bishop f5, yeah? Queen e3 and...
and if you play queen e3...
Queen e3, you have to...
h6
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
falling. There has to be some move here, yeah.
I don't remember. Sorry.
And if I take and play queen c... queen c4, you still have a check from h5, yeah. So maybe something is... maybe there's some option after rook f4. But, yeah, well, anyway.
So perhaps we just show the position after queen f4 instead of bishop c4, just to see if it
Yeah.
was exactly
Queen
a draw.
h4 was leading to a draw.
Yeah, I thought that e4 was winning here. This is what I calculated, but I assume I missed. Yeah, so but rook h8 and rook g6.
Ah no, e4 I have to take, yeah?
Yeah, probably take, and I thought queen e6 would be...
But what if queen e4? Wait. No,
Let's,
then it's
Ah,
not
queen
taken.
e4 is... No, it's not taken.
Bishop c4.
So rook g3
Rook g3, queen e6, and rook
and
h6.
f5.
Rook
No,
h6,
f5, rook
yeah.
h6. Okay, we're not seeing something very, very simple. Oh, I get it. So I do
Seven.
this.
Rook g3.
Yeah, and it's a
And-
perpetual. After rook g8 takes.
Ah, this is perpetual.
But that's so strange.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. King
Yeah.
h7 and queen g8. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a draw.
Yeah. How difficult was for you, Fabiano, make last moves also? I mean, still, probably you felt it should be winning, but
I mean,
Okay, I should have tried rook b3, of course. I don't know what happened with me. I should have tried this move. Because it's not a bad try, because I have this rook b7 idea at some point. At least
but I can probably just block your rook with like d3, yeah, or d3,
d3.
and then I threaten rook h6.
Oh, right, right.
Already feels a bit desperate to play rook b3, you know.
Yeah. Okay, but this is completely. I somehow black wins with only move queen f8. Yeah.
I didn't look at other moves, but
Yeah, yeah. No, because you can lose here if you make a mistake like this.
yeah.
It's a nice.
yes,
It's
this
a
was
nice.
fantastic.
It's a nice loss. Rook g6, rook g7.
You saw it.
Yeah, well, this is my hope. This was my game plan.
Yeah, actually, Levon, you said in one interview that if you are taking some risks, that you should at least believe in what you are doing and trust in yourself. I mean, what that moment somewhere in this game that you thought that it's too much, probably?
No, I did believe in what I was doing. But yeah, somehow after I made this practical mistake playing h5, this this was not a very good idea from a practical point of view, because after I put the knight on g5, it's much easier for me to play. I mean, even if I'm not better, but you know, I'm the one who's asking the questions, and after h5 it becomes double-edged.
Yeah. Fabiano, what can you say about the situation now? I mean, did you feel that this game is really, of course you felt it's a very important one, but what was your feeling about it before it and during the game when the things were changing?
But the thing is,
quickly?
all the games are critical. There's not any game which is more critical than others. But yeah, also a very important victory for me. I mean, it's still the tournament situation is very unclear. But of course, I'll take what I can get.
When Levon got all these pass pawns, sacrificing piece, I mean rook for the pawns,
I don't know. It feels pretty normal by now. So
more or less half of your games are like that. Questions from journalists, please.
Jürgen Bruskern from Schachaktiv. I think I speak with all the chess lovers that this game was the most exciting game so far and have deserved a special prize. Yeah? My question goes to Levon Aronian, Mr. Aronian. Today, how much affected your concept, this F4, this G4 and F4, because of your missed win against Mr. Grishuk?
Nothing really affecting me. I mean, I'm not 12 years old. I've been losing games before and having disastrous tournaments. So no, I just try to play, try to fight. Okay, probably I'm not in a best shape to do so because the results probably suggest that. But okay, I can't really change my nature. I'm going to try to win a game. despite not really playing my best chess. So I'll hope to bring the luck back.
Other questions? Yes? And one more.
A question to Fabiano Caruana. Before the tournament, a lot of people were saying that a score of +3 might be enough to win this tournament. Now you are at +3 at the midpoint of the tournament. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel more relaxed, or do you feel more pressure now for the second half of the tournament? Because now you know that with a decent second half, you have very good chances of winning the tournament.
I mean, each candidate is different, and sometimes, like in 2013, with +4, Kramnik had to try to win in the in the last round with black. So sometimes, +4 might not even be enough. And I'm definitely not relaxed just because I got +3. I mean, first of all, it's 7 very tough games. It's not at all certain that I won't, lose some games. But overall, I'm happy with my play so far. I mean, the games have been tough with a lot of mistakes, but I think I've pretty much, even despite the mistakes, I've played pretty good fighting chess, and I feel like I'm in good form. So, I mean, I kind of approach the second half with confidence, but also I don't think it'll be easy.
One more question.
I know you guys have played many top-level tournaments in your career, but how would you rank this tournament in terms of significance? Do you feel it is very significant in your career, and if so, why?
I mean, this tournament and the last one, I've only played 2 candidates, but the candidates tournament takes a special place in the chess world. I mean, it's far more important, to every player than regular tournaments where, of course, you want to win and you're trying your best, but first place or second place, I mean, it's not going to really change your chess career. And this one is, of course, the final step towards the match. So it's a very important event. But it's still not at all guaranteed that you'll come to the tournament in good form.
Well, of course, it's the most important tournament you can have if you're not a world champion. And so far, it's not my best tournament. Probably one of my worst. So.
One question. Last question, please.
Have you been able to get used to the playing situation here in Berlin, and how do you experience the visitors? Does it still feel noisy for you when you are playing?
Did you pay attention to visitors today? Such a game.
I mean, I noticed that there were more spectators today than on other days. But yeah, I mean, I try not to really focus on the spectators. And once you're involved in the game, you really don't notice your surroundings at all.
Okay.
Well, I'm happy to see there are people who are interested in our game. So it's a great honor to play in front of a crowd that knows the game and understands the subtleties. So it's better than it was. I mean, the people are not as noisy as they were in the first couple of days.
Peter Doggers, chess.com. This is actually a follow-up because I was in the playing hall and I noticed that there are actually a lot of spectators with phones. And during your time trouble, Levon, somebody was with a flash in your eye, and I saw that you were annoyed by it. I was wondering, to what extent is your play affected by people with phones, and yeah, are you bothered by it in general that this is happening?
When you play badly, then your play is affected by everything. But when you play well, it's not. So.
And the very last question after yes. The last one.
Only to Fabiano. Congratulations, I'm very impressed. After G4, yeah, how do you feel about this really brutal attack? Because I thought, oh, you in danger. Not only I. And for example, in the fifth room, in the VIP room, many people think you're in big danger. Do you feel so?
I mean, when G4 happened, I was surprised, but I didn't feel like I shouldn't be able to defend the position. I have the two bishops, I'm up two pawns. I mean, it's dangerous, of course, because white, I have no development, and white has very active pieces, but usually in chess you can defend these things, and usually you can defend much worse positions than this.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much for all questions and for being here at the press conference.